A legend hangs up the wheels, the Tour de France is literally on fire, and the transfer market is going absolutely nuclear. Welcome to your daily cycling debrief. We start with a monumental shift in the sport. Chris Froome, the four-time Tour de France winner, has officially confirmed his retirement at age 41. It's the end of a long, often turbulent road that spanned his golden era at Team Sky to his recent struggles. Froome's career post-crash was defined by the value-for-money drama with Sylvan Adams. It's a bittersweet exit for a man who once held all 3 Grand Tour jerseys simultaneously. He admits the 2025 training crash was the final nail in the coffin. Meanwhile, the Tour de France in Barcelona is facing a literal heatwave. Officials are now legally prepared to cancel stages if temperatures pose a genuine threat to rider safety, a reminder of the increasing impact of climate on our sport. There's a major vibe shift for the team formerly known as Israel Premier Tech. Now operating as NSN, they've left the controversy behind. Under the guidance of Andres Iniesta, Biniam Girmay is looking for green jersey glory without the police escorts of last year. Tech geeks, listen up. Tadej Pogačar's Colnago isn't as light as you'd think. It turns out that for the world's best, aero efficiency and handling characteristics are taking priority over saving every last gram. Team Visma, a bike, is also doubling down on the marginal gains, showing off their wind tunnel perfected TT suits. The level of detail here is obsessive, down to the fabric texture on the shoulders. The transfer market is moving fast. Daniel Benson reports that Ben O'Connor is on his way back to decathlon. It's a homecoming that makes perfect sense for both the team and the riders' GC ambitions. In the US, we have some tough news. The Maryland Cycling Classic is off the calendar for 2026. While organizers claim to be bullish for 2027, the underlying debt issues are a sobering reality for American road racing. One user in the comments section noted, "It feels like North American racing is in a perpetual state of rebuilding," which really hits the nail on the head regarding the instability we've seen recently. Away from the pros, the influencer scene is absolutely thriving. We're seeing riders smashing personal bests across the globe, proving that you don't need a pro contract to push your own limits. Finally, we took a look inside some of the world's most cycle-friendly cities. The contrast between these urban paradises and the brutal conditions of the Tour serves as a great reminder of why we all ride in the first place. A legend hangs up the wheels, the Tour de France is literally on fire, and the transfer market is going absolutely nuclear. Welcome to your daily cycling debrief. Chris Froome has officially retired, marking the end of a turbulent, era-defining career. The 4-time Tour winner confirmed the news in Barcelona, stating simply, "Yes, it's over."
Skipped rides. Hell, even I skip rides from time to time, usually for very good reasons, other times for not so good reasons. But today I want to talk about something much bigger than the odd skipped ride.
Froome's trajectory changed forever after his horrific 2019 crash. He never quite rediscovered the dominance he had with Team Sky, where he once held all 3 Grand Tour jerseys simultaneously. His final years were marred by the value-for-money controversy with Israel Premier Tech. Billionaire owner Sylvan Adams publicly questioned his worth, a stark contrast to the hero worship of his prime. It's a bittersweet exit for a rider who survived skepticism, doping allegations, and catastrophic injury to secure his place in the history books. The Grand Départ in Barcelona is officially underway, but the atmosphere is heavy, and I'm not just talking about the competition. The heat wave gripping the region is so severe that race officials have introduced a new protocol. They now have the legal authority to cancel or shorten stages if temperatures cross the threshold of safety for the riders. It's a massive departure from the usual "the show must go on" mentality. We're already seeing teams adjusting their cooling strategies, but with the mercury rising, don't be surprised if we see some drastic changes to the route map over the coming week. Meanwhile, the paddock has undergone a radical transformation. The team formerly known as Israel Premier Tech has rebranded entirely as NSN, and the vibe shift is palpable. Gone are the days of police escorts and constant security tension that defined their presence in previous seasons. The project is now under the guidance of football legend Andrés Iniesta, who is bringing a completely new professional culture to the squad. They've moved to a Swiss license, and the focus is squarely back on the racing. Leading the charge on the road is Biniam Girmay. After his historic green jersey run in 2024, expectations are sky high. Iniesta himself has been quoted saying he's desperate to see a stage win for the team, a sentiment that's clearly energizing the riders on the ground in Barcelona. Interestingly, fans are already chiming in online. One top-rated comment on the team's rebrand video joked, "So, does this mean the team bus will finally start playing tiki-taka football tactics in the peloton?" It's a welcome change for the staff, too. Head sports director Sam Boulay mentioned how special it feels to be in Barcelona, noting that unlike previous years where the team felt like outsiders, this feels like a home race. It's exactly the reset they needed. Moving from the gossip of the peloton to the cold, hard reality of performance, the YouTube tech sphere is currently obsessed with Tadej Pogačar's setup. You'd think the fastest man in the world would be running a bike stripped of every single milligram, but the reality is surprising. His Colnago is actually heavier than the UCI limit in some configurations. It turns out when you're producing Pogačar-level watts, the obsession with weight takes a backseat to aerodynamics and mechanical reliability. Marginal gains have officially moved beyond just shaving grams. One viewer pointed out in the comments, if Pogačar can win on a heavier bike, it just proves the engine matters way more than the paint job. And honestly, it's hard to argue with that logic.
Testing on each individual rider, as I did in the past for the hour records.
So the TTT that starts the Tour de France this year is it's the main motivator for this whole project. It's a really big objective for the team. So the speed.
Team Visma, a bike is taking that same marginal gains philosophy to the extreme with their new TT suits. They've been spending massive hours in the wind tunnel to ensure every stitch is optimized for laminar flow. It's a constant arms race. While Pogačar relies on raw power, Visma is trying to win the Tour in the science lab. It's high-tech, it's expensive, and for the fans at home, it's absolutely fascinating to watch. Turning our eyes to the transfer market, where Daniel Benson is dropping absolute bombshells. The biggest news, Ben O'Connor is reportedly heading back to decathlon. It's a massive move that marks a reunion for the Australian, shifting away from his current stint at Jayco Al-Ula. The move seems to be a reaction to Felix Gall's impending departure to Little Trek, leaving a vacancy that O'Connor is perfectly positioned to fill. What makes this fascinating is the financial reality. Decathlon is clearly ready to pay a premium Grand Tour-level salary, something that has been a sticking point in the current market. O'Connor is arguably the biggest GC name currently available. It's that time of year where the transfer gossip mill spins faster than the peloton on a descent. Riders are scrambling, agents are working overtime, and every press conference in the Tour de France paddock is filled with subtle hints about where everyone is landing for 2027. Moving to the American scene, we've got some rough news for US cycling fans. The Maryland Cycling Classic has officially been pulled from the 2026 calendar. It's a massive blow. This was our highest-rated road race, a UCI 1 Pro event that really felt like it was putting the US back on the World Tour map. The organizers are staying bullish about a 2027 return, but behind the scenes, it's been messy. We're talking about a government-backed nonprofit that essentially imploded, leaving behind significant debt and empty offices. It highlights the fragility of top-tier racing in North America right now. When you lose the staff and the funding, the race is just a pipe dream. One commenter on the race announcement put it best. It's tough to build a tradition when the calendar keeps shuffling like a deck of cards. Hard to argue with that sentiment. While the pros are suffering in the heat, the cycling vlogger scene is absolutely thriving. Let's head over to the grassroots level to see how everyday riders are pushing their limits. We're seeing some incredible amateur performances from this weekend's events. One commenter noted, "Seeing these personal bests makes me want to sign up for my first century." which is exactly the inspiration we love to see. Beyond the racing, we're looking at urban cycling infrastructure. It's one thing to hear about cycling cities, but seeing them from the saddle is a different experience entirely. The flow, the safety, and the sheer volume of commuters in these top-tier cities is a blueprint for the rest of the world. It's not just about speed, it's about accessibility. Even in the best cities, the culture is what makes it. Watching these vloggers navigate the daily commute shows just how integrated cycling has become into everyday life.